What is the symmetry tool in Procreate, and how can you use it to make your art quicker, smoother, and just look better? Hi, I'm Sarah Malka. I'm an animator, a digital artist, and I've been learning to use Procreate for the past month and a half. Time blurs together over here just because life is very, very busy, but I am very glad that I get to sit down and talk to you and hopefully help you on your art journey. What is the symmetry tool? I've opened up Procreate to give you a demonstration because I find visuals are a lot easier than, just talking about something. If we go up here to settings and to the canvas, and then you turn on drawing guide. This is probably the grid that's going to pop up for you first, but you go into editing drawing guide, you get to symmetry just by clicking down here. Symmetry is exactly like it sounds. You're going to be mirroring. You just have to draw on one side and then it'll appear to the other. There are 4 different kinds of symmetry tools, and I'll go through each of these. There's vertical, horizontal, quadrant, and radial. So you can see what I'm talking about and why it's such a powerful tool. And it's very, very useful if you're making art. And I'll even show examples of an art piece I worked on recently that uses it. Let's get into it. Let's start with vertical. Right now we've got the vertical symmetry tool set up. There's this line right down the center of my canvas, and if we start drawing, you'll see that it's reflected on the opposite side. So very easy, very quick. And so that's the vertical, where you draw on one side and then it copies on the other. And yes, you can go across the line and you can get something really funky. Go back to the drawing guide and we switch it so that it's horizontal. You'll see that the line changes, so now it's across my canvas horizontally. And it's very simple to vertical, except instead of the line being down and you drawing on one side and then it appears on the other side, it's horizontal and you just draw up top and it's going to appear on the bottom. Again, not sure what that is, but that's a fun doodle. Going down here, there again, and we're going to click options and we're going to switch it to quadrant. So now we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. And quadrant is the combination of vertical and horizontal. If I was to draw in this quadrant, you see it's repeated. I feel like I could make a rose with this. So we're already getting into the practical application sooner than I thought we would, but that's fine. There's still one more symmetry tool, one more mirroring tool that you can use, and that is radial. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes where if you draw in one, it draws in every single one. So it's leading out radially. Is that word radially? But from the center, it's, radiating out. There's one more part of the symmetry tool that I want to show you, just because I find that it's a lot of fun and it can be useful in the right application. There is rotational symmetry. So if you turn that on, we're still in radial symmetry, but with rotational added, you start getting this rotating, and that's going through all of them. And you can use this on any of those 4 different types of symmetry. And I'll go through them so that you can see how it looks, how rotational symmetry looks on all of them. How it looks with quadrant is, and we'll do a different sort of design so you can see. So it's rotating slightly. Now, rotational symmetry on horizontal is that. So it's going to go in your opposite direction. Rotational symmetry in vertical mode. I just did all of this backwards. I started with vertical, and there we go. Once again, I will tell you what are the 4. There's vertical, horizontal, quadrant, and radial, and you can add rotational symmetry to any of them. How does this practically apply to your art? Well, I'm going to show you this piece. So looking at this artwork here, how many of these chocolates do you think I used the symmetry tool on? Why don't you put your number down in the comments below and give it your best guess. Now that you've done that, I'm hoping you did that, I'm going to count how many of these chocolates I use the symmetry tool on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did you guess right? As you can see, there's a lot of practical applications. And this is just with chocolate. I've seen other creators use it with ornaments. I think I saw somebody use it with a pumpkin. So you can see this in action. I'm going to quickly recreate 3 of these chocolates. We'll do the heart and the swirl and this double chocolate. All right, so let's bring this over to a new canvas. Ready? All right, here are our 3 chocolates. Let's recreate them using the symmetry tool. I am actually going to move them all up since they are centered, and I want to be able to quickly use the tool without having to worry about moving the focus point of the symmetry tool around. There we go. All right, so let's start with the heart, since it's at the center. I'm going to go up here to the settings, canvas, and turn on that drawing guide. And since it's a new canvas, I actually have to switch. I come down here. So in your vertical symmetry tool, you've got your pen, and these are just quick reiterations, so they're not going to be perfect. But as you can see, I quickly was able to draw this lovely heart. And there we go. And now I will just color pick and fill it in. And we'll add a little bit of a dark highlight. So even though you don't see it anymore, my symmetry tool is still on. If you want to turn it off, you're going to have to go up here and turn drawing assist off, because that's what allows you to use the symmetry tool on your layers. So not bad. Now we're going to do the circle. This one uses the rotational symmetry in addition to the radial symmetry. So if you remember, we're going to go back into the drawing guide. We're going to edit it. We're going to come down here. We'll select radial symmetry, and then I'm going to turn on rotational symmetry. And let's hide this heart so we can use this very easily. Just going to go around and click. And something I discovered when making this video for you is I learned how to do the snapping tool, because I did not know this tool existed until I tried moving this into the center and snapping it and making sure that it is perfectly aligned. Thank you so much for watching this video, because I would not be learning this tool without you. Back to the drawing. Okay, I'm going to switch to this. And again, these are very quick iterations, so it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be exact. The other thing that I have found with rotational symmetry and radial symmetry, it's very hard to recreate this, but it's a lot of fun. Square chocolate. I'm going to switch back to black for this. Start with making our change to our drawing guide. I'm going to pick quadrant. And the reason I'm doing this is because while this is a square, there's these rounded corners. So we're going to draw out. Not perfect, but we're not trying to do it perfect right now. And switching back here, I'm going to increase my brush size just a little bit and draw straight down and straight across. Now just give it that little bit of that square, or that diamond in the center. And finally, we'll do the loops. So there we go, 3 chocolates using the symmetry tool, the vertical symmetry tool, the radial symmetry tool with rotation, the quadrant symmetry tool. So which of these is your favorite to use? Test them out. Each of them have their own benefits. Each of them have their own style. It's a lot of fun to use. And with the symmetry tool, you never quite know what you're going to get, which is also part of the fun. I wanted to just bring up a couple of problems that I ran into when I was learning to use the symmetry tool. You've clicked a new layer and you're ready to draw, and you're ready for this awesome piece of artwork. But when you go to draw, it's not working. Why? It's due to you are missing a drawing assist being on. So I'll show you what I did one more time. You go up to your layers, you double check that there's nothing under your layer. Then you click your layer and you want to click Drawing Assist. Once it says Assisted and it's turned on, you can then draw using the Symmetry tool. Another way that you can access the tool, if you're having trouble with clicking, is you go into Edit Drawing Guide options and you want to make sure that this is clicked on. So if it's not blue, it's not on. If you're on the 2D grid, for instance, I found that's less important. But if you're trying to draw with the symmetry tool, you need drawing assist on. So you just have to tap the layer and then turn on drawing assist. Or you have a shortcut set up, but that's a different video. Another problem that I've run into when using the symmetry tool is that I've moved it around in order to draw my chocolates in their little corners. But when I needed to move the tool back, it's very hard to line it up. So there's a little reset button that you can use to reset your symmetry tool back to the center. You've got this little blue dot. It's the reset. So if I was to move this over because I needed to draw something over here and I only wanted the symmetry tool to focus over here, but then I need it back to the center. So you do that by hitting reset and it'll just immediately move it back and then you can draw. Have you run into any other problems? Let me know about down below because maybe I can help you figure it out and you don't have to spend too much time online searching for it. That's all I have for today. If you liked this video, you might want to check out this other video that I made because it has some more good information about what I've learned in learning Procreate. Hopefully it just keeps helping you make your art.